Welcome into Three Questions with Ivan Maisel, where Ivan brings his insight on all things college football. Bringing a Tennessee line of questioning your way this week, Ivan. Big one with the Gators, obviously in Knoxville. First question for you. How much do you anticipate home field playing into this one?
Oh, I think it'll be huge, JD. Game day's going, and it's been a long, dry, thirsty winter for the Vols. They've lost 14 of 15 to the Gators, and not too many of those have been close. So they're poised, they're ready. I think Neyland is just going to explode on Saturday, and all Tennessee's got to do is they can light one match early, then it will be a terrific atmosphere for them.
It's not happening too far from where we're recording this segment on our end. When that block tee opens up and they have the checkerboard end zone, I get romantic about it. I love it so much, and I love that this game is going to be so meaningful with both teams being ranked. Like you said, College Game Day is going to be there. The pageantry will be second to none on Saturday, so I'm excited to watch that one unfold. When it comes to Hendon Hooker, he doesn't have the same star power, it feels like, nationally at least. He's not a Caleb Williams. He's not a Bryce Young. But he's playing some of the best football in the country right now at the quarterback position. Is he not getting the credit that is due to him on a national level, in your opinion?
Well, I think this game's got a little bit of a coming out party about it, but not only for Hooker, but for the Vols. And that really speaks to what I was saying a minute ago. They haven't been good, nationally good, for a long time. So it's a credit to Josh Heupel and to Hooker and to the transfer portal that Tennessee was able to bring him in, and that they clicked, and that Hooker has been able to execute Heupel's quarterback-friendly offense as well as he has. It's made a huge difference for the Vols, and it's going to make a huge difference for him.
And Hooker, a guy who didn't originally win the starting job. It took him a few games behind Joe Milton to eventually get the reins, and it feels like the rest is history. But I'm with you. For him to have a stage like this in front of the entire country with the eyes of the nation, watching Hendon Hooker and watching the Vols, if he can go out there and have the game that I think you and I both anticipate him potentially having, could be a lot more buzz around Knoxville when it comes to Hendon Hooker and the Vols. Last question for you. Obviously, this game is huge. We've talked about it the entirety of this video so far. When it comes to Tennessee potentially winning this game, would that be program defining for Josh Heupel and company?
Oh, up to this point, sure. But, it's week 4, and Georgia's looming out there, and for that matter, so is Kentucky. And it's a little early to establish anything, and it's kind of interesting about Tennessee. It's been so long since they've been able to beat Florida, but now that's not the team they have to beat. That's not the mountain they need to climb. That one's in Athens, and nobody's beaten those guys lately. So one thing at a time. The Vols, and I'm sure they will focus heavily on this game. The whole campus is poised. They're going to be poised, and if they get that, then we'll see where we are.
Especially with how they lost this game a season ago. Sure, it would do a lot for recruiting, and it would do a lot for excitement around the program and the fan base. I would take it a step further and say I think it validates a lot of what Josh Heupel has done there to this point in the season. In his career to this point with what he's done at Tennessee. I think it validates a lot of things behind closed doors and kind of proves to some of those guys in that locker room, hey, okay, we're here. We've arrived. And you said, to this point in the season, still very early, but to validate a lot of what they've done so far, I think it would take a lot of momentum going forward for them in the right direction. But Ivan, again, appreciate you joining us. Appreciate you coming through on a weekly basis here, talking all things college football. Truly a privilege for us to be able to have you on this segment, like I said, on a weekly basis. So if you haven't, folks, subscribe to the channel. Follow Ivan on Twitter to stay up with every single thing that we're doing here. You're not going to want to miss a minute of it. Ivan, thanks again. Enjoy your college football Saturday. Hey, y'all, thanks so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel here to make sure you don't miss an episode of The Hard Count. Also, be sure to check out other videos on the On3 YouTube channel.